Hello friends, welcome to the new part of my Dearest Nemesis. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, you can find all the links in the description. So without further delay, let's begin. After deciding to date, Soo-young and Joo-yeon reluctantly parted ways at her doorstep. Joo-yeon didn't want to leave, and Soo-young didn't want to go inside, both just wanted to spend more time together. As they walked together, Soo-young noticed Joo-yeon's desire to hold her hand, and took the initiative by grabbing his hand. Returning to her door, once again they didn't want to say goodbye, and made up another excuse to walk a little longer. Joo-yeon then asked about Soo-young's friendship with Ha-jin. She explained that they met through an online game, which intrigued Joo-yeon, suspecting it might be the same game where she'd met her first love. While talking, a pedestrian approached, and they quickly let go of each other's hands. After the pedestrian passed, they resumed holding hands, but not for long. Suddenly, a motorcycle passed, and Soo-young pushed Joo-yeon against the wall, afraid of being recognized. Every little sound made Soo-young immediately hide. Joo-yeon gently lifted her up, reassuring her it was just a cat passing by. On their third attempt to say goodbye at the door, they finally parted ways. Soo-young waved, but was puzzled by Joo-yeon's hand gesture. Initially, she thought it was something rocker-like, but soon after, he sent her a message clarifying that the gesture meant, "I love you" in sign language. Soo-young then replied by sending a photo of herself making the same gesture, making Joo-yeon very happy. At a mutual friend's wedding, Shin-won and Ha-jin were engaged in separate conversations with friends. Shin-won was constantly questioned about the breakup of his previous relationship and the assumption he was already dating someone else, while Ha-jin became the center of gossip due to her recent divorce. Wanting to avoid further disturbances, they coincidentally ran into each other in a quiet area. Ha-jin shared that she and her ex-husband had known each other since adolescence, and she thought she knew him well. However, he cheated on her only 6 months after getting married. Shin-won revealed that it bothered him how no one believed he could genuinely be faithful and serious in his relationships. Looking into Ha-jin's eyes, he reaffirmed his sincere feelings for her. We learned that she had noticed every time he silently watched her at the restaurant's entrance, but Ha-jin only invited him to sleep with her again. Shin-won refused, stating this wasn't the kind of meaningless relationship he wanted. Ha-jin then kissed him and agreed to date, also confessing she had fallen in love with him. On a weekend morning, unable to contain his feelings, Joo-yeon rushed to Soo-young's house where her father saw him and warmly invited him inside. It was Joo-yeon's first time visiting his girlfriend's bedroom, and he nervously paced around. Unlike her welcoming father, Soo-young's brother was unhappy to see Joo-yeon there, and later pressed his sister, asking if they were dating. He cautioned her to think carefully, pointing out that since Joo-yeon was an heir, his family might not easily accept her, and he didn't want her to get hurt. Soo-young briefly worried about her brother's words, but her affectionate feelings quickly overcame her doubts. On Monday morning, before arriving at work while flirting over the phone, Soo-young warned Joo-yeon to be cautious at the office and not let their coworkers notice anything. Joo-yeon confidently claimed he was an expert at hiding his emotions and wouldn't slip up. However, as soon as they saw each other, they excitedly waved but quickly suppressed their smiles when colleagues approached. Inside the elevator, Joo-yeon discreetly held Soo-young's hand. When a colleague turned to talk to her, he quickly raised his wrist pretending to check the time. The colleague asked Soo-young if her blind date went well, making her extremely uncomfortable. She loudly declared that she decisively rejected her date. The colleague continued praising Soo-young's decisiveness and suggested she would suit an older, kinder man rather than someone from a prestigious family or younger men who easily forget kisses. He added that dating someone from work was absolutely out of the question and would surely end badly. Irritated by hearing this, Joo-yeon took revenge by summoning the colleague to his office, forcing him to spend hours shredding useless documents. Seeing his girlfriend printing materials, Joo-yeon approached, trying to hold her hand when no one was looking. Noticing a colleague approaching, Soo-young quickly went into emergency mode and loudly scolded Joo-yeon for not knowing how to use the copier. During a break, she tried to apologize to her boyfriend, who was upset that she had yelled at him, but they were interrupted by other colleagues. Soo-young then asked Joo-yeon to pretend to scold her this time, as it was the only way to justify being together. Seeing that he couldn't bring himself to yell at her, Soo-young took the initiative and loudly criticized Ju Yeon for getting upset over something so trivial, terrifying their colleagues as they witnessed the legendary director killer in action. Once the colleagues left, Soo-young sighed in relief, but Ju Yeon was surprised by her quick thinking. He suspected that Soo-young wasn't just acting and questioned whether she really preferred older men and still didn't see him as a man. Reluctantly, Soo-young explained that her first love was a younger man, which had hurt her in the past, making her cautious about dating younger men now. Ju Yeon accepted her explanation with some reluctance. As he left, he stole a quick kiss from her and asked her to agree to one condition so he wouldn't stay upset. Expecting something difficult, Soo-young was surprised when Ju Yeon simply asked her to memorize the names of some anime characters he liked. At the end of the workday, Soo-young had prepared matching outfits. They changed and went to relax by the riverside. Soo-young recognized a song Ju Yeon played on his phone, which was also Black Dragon's favorite. She mentioned that she used to love that song because it was connected to her first love, but she had stopped listening to it. Jealous, Ju Yeon pointed out that although Soo-young said she no longer liked her first love, he still occupied a lot of her thoughts. He wanted to make her love that song again, but this time associating it with him. Meanwhile, Shin-won found out about Ju Yeon's relationship and asked who he was dating. Ju Yeon smiled while touching his lips, but didn't answer. Shin-won recognized that familiar smile from the time Ju Yeon had declared he was in love with the girl from the online game, Strawberry. He was certain that the person Ju Yeon liked was Soo-young, the same person. He shared this discovery with Ha Jin, who worried about the impact of them realizing each other's past identities. Shin-won also feared what might happen if they found out, but he admitted that he hadn't seen Ju Yeon this happy in years and decided he would no longer try to separate them. Soo-young went to Ju Yeon's office to submit a report, but he teasingly asked when she first started liking him. Remembering the past, Soo-young admitted that at first, she admired his competence at work, and over time, she realized that he wasn't intimidated by her abilities. Ju Yeon turned on his recorder, asking Soo-young to continue. She laughed and said that his computer password was hilarious and that she found him very cute. Unhappy with the word cute, Ju Yeon insisted she change it to handsome or badass. After their conversation, Ju Yeon went to inspect a project. Exhausted from the day, he was eager to see Soo-young. She comforted him, telling him he just needed to endure a little longer since they would see each other the next day. Unable to wait, Ju Yeon made up an excuse that he was just going to pick up one of his manga just so he could visit her that night. Understanding his intention, Soo-young went to the attic to fetch the manga. While searching, her foot hit a suitcase that contained a familiar item. When Ju Yeon finally arrived at her door, he greeted her cheerfully. As he got closer, he noticed Soo-young holding a necklace with a lock that he used to wear. The very lock that bound Black Dragon, which only Strawberry could unlock. Looking at Ju Yeon seriously, Soo-young asked, "Are you Black Dragon?" That's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.